Well, hello, boys and girls. This is Richard from Spirits of Japan. Here we are again in our next segment. I think we're on our ninth video about Emperors and Empresses of Japan. Been a lot to go over so far. We are on our 15th emperor, which her name is Empress Jingu. She was the first empress after her husband Chu Ai got killed in battle, and that was kind of a foreseen thing since he dissed a kami, a deity, and she became empress when she was 32, and all the way to the till she passed away at the age of 99. Um, in the somewhere in the Meiji area, sometimes in the late 1860s they popped her out, and she's not officially listed or counted, which I think is a crock. Uh, she was there for like 60 something years. So in my book, she's in, man. She's in, and I think they had a little complex about her being a woman, an empress, and hey, she was also the first to attack a foreign country. So let's kind of go over her. She reigned from 201 to 269, and she was married to this the previous emperor Chuai, and Chuai, like I said, died in battle. Um, and Chuai also had a couple of other uh, consorts, and one was had two kids, and the other had one kid. And then with Chuai, she had one child, and his name was Homuta Wake. I'll put it up here so you can see it. Um, and he would eventually become Emperor Oljin, which would be the next emperor. So he was too young. He wasn't even born at the time, and there was some conjecture of exactly how, when, and he was born. And what it was is that right before when he died, they were fighting a native tribe called the Kumaso, and he dies, and she loses it. She just because he kind of half-heartedly went into this battle, had said that they did not deserve his sword, and didn't really, he underestimated him. He underestimated him, and so she took revenge, and she goes and slaughters these guys. Then the kami before had told Chuai to invade the kingdom of Baeksh, or Baeksh, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's what Korea used to be. Korea was divided into four kingdoms, and so she invaded, man. Uh, the conjecture part is that when she returns, and the book vaguely says about 3 years that she had Chuai's baby. And so um, what they were talking about is that she was gone. She was gone for about 9 months to 10 months. It was a harvest time. So you had a spring, a winter, and a spring harvest. Um, Historians have gone all through this. There's been arguments, and I mean everybody knows that child's not going to stay in the belly for some woman for 3 years before it's born. And anyway, Oljin, the Emperor Oljin, the coming Emperor Oljin, he was born in 201, and his dad died in 200. So she has him, and she becomes what's called an imperial regent for him. And she kind of handles the throne, and even in his 20s and 30s, she don't think that he's ready to become emperor. So she just kind of maintains this for until 269, and then when she dies, he becomes emperor in 270. She has no information on other lovers, anything. She was just one hard ass, tough old girl, man. She evidently uh, she revenge and slaughters the Kumaso. She attacks the king, the predecessors to the Korea. She comes back. She has a baby, then rules for 69 years. And I mean, her legacy. was stripped in the Meiji era by these guys who thought that maybe she shouldn't be a part of, but she is, you know. Um, she was actually featured on a banknote in 1881. If you can never find it, it's a 1 yen banknote. And though there were no pictures or drawings of her, there was a historian that his Chiosone, Eduardo or Chiosone, I forget his name, is the guy that was, he was like a historian, and he worked in the Meiji era and designed all the original banknotes. So, I mean, I'm sure he just didn't throw something out of his, out of just look at some other woman and drawing it. He probably had reasoning behind it. But man, she was a badass. You know, Empress Jingu died at the age of 99, 201 to 269. Probably was one tough old girl, man, that you didn't want to mess with. And I think it's really interesting that um, she was the daughter. See, and I think this is another reason why they kind of poked her out of there is because her father was a legendary prince of Korea. All right, but we still got to remember Chuai, of course, is the his grandfather was Emperor Keiko. So, you got a little bit of mixing of the bloodlines here. And so this is, we've already gone through and broken the lineage of father, son, over to the half brother's son, which is the nephew. And then now that guy marries a daughter of a legendary Korean prince. And so, yeah, I can understand in the Meiji era, what they were trying to say, probably what they're trying to do. But fact is fact, baby. It's where it is, and she was pretty bad. So that's it for Empress Jingu. Not counted among the list if you type it in on Wiki list of emperors, but she's there. And sorry, my daughter's playing in the background, and just I think she's amazing, and we'll talk about her son in the next segment. So that's it. Spirits of Japan, Richard, and we'll talk to you soon.